Put up your hands, those who have seen, heard, or even visited the Eiffel Tower. Heard, seen, everybody. Good. How many of you have heard the name Victor Lustig? One. Excellent. The reason I say this is because Victor Lustig was the man who sold the Eiffel Tower. Do you believe it? That tall structure in Paris? He sold it. Not once, but twice. He was a con man and a negotiator par excellence. But in the books of history, he will go down as a con man and a lose-lose negotiator. Because ultimately he ended up in jail, as most con men do, and he rotted in jail till the end of his life. In 1925, he saw an insert in a Parisian newspaper saying that the Eiffel Tower is rusting and something needs to be done for its upkeep. We need funds, etc. So he devised a plan in his mind and decided that he was a low-level government official who had the mandate to sell the Eiffel Tower, and he called 6 scrap dealers and he conned one into buying it, and he also got a bribe paid by the dealer, because he said, I'm a small man, I need a little bit of money extra on the side to keep up with my lifestyle, etc. So the guy who bought it gave him a bribe of 1,000 francs also, so that he kept his mouth shut. And of course, this guy walked away to another place in France and watched while this guy squirmed. The dealer squirmed because there was no sale. He just walked away with his money. He tried the trick the second time. He got 6 other dealers, but he got found out and escaped before he could get apprehended. He went back to the States where he came from. Now, like I said, that is a lose-lose negotiation, because he lost, ended up in jail. He earned a little money, but what ultimately matters is what kind of life you have with that money. So I am about to tell you about how to carry out a successful negotiation. To carry out a successful negotiation, you have to have a win-win negotiation. You win as well as the person you are negotiating with wins. You have to leave something on the table for the person you are negotiating with. He has to feel good about what he's done. Then both parties walk away from the negotiation feeling good about themselves. I told you that Victor Lustig was in a lose-lose negotiation. That's when both parties get hurt and nobody wins. There is a win-lose negotiation also, where I will win at the cost of the other. But that's not recommended. What is recommended is a win-win negotiation, where you actually go to find out what the other person wants, what his needs are, what your needs are, what you are, what the other person is. A little delving into the psychology of his mind, his thinking, his needs, your thinking, your needs, and then start negotiating. So today, at the end of this talk, I am going to do a role play with another Toastmaster, where we'll do a win-win negotiation to demonstrate what I mean. Now, a win-win negotiation essentially is one where both parties have something left on the table for themselves. And to demonstrate what I mean, Can I please call Asta Bansal to the stage? Okay, now the scenario is like this, where I am a cloth dealer and she is an electronics shop owner. Her shop is next to mine, and a cloth dealer essentially works in a cloth atmosphere, in the sense that there are plenty of shops with clothing, hosiery, etc. And an electronics dealer will not fit into such a scenario, because most people, when they go shopping for clothes, they go into a mall which has clothes and not electronics. So I know that Asta has been struggling for a long time, trying to sell her electronics. She does get a few dealers, and I can see her across the counter looking a little bereft, a little lost. I need more space so that I can expand my business. My business is growing. Will boom if I get this space. So for me, it's a win situation if I get her space also. Now I know that Asta is struggling because I see her dawdling on a pen and paper, and she's looking a little listless. And most of the time there's very little activity in her shop. Now, having this background, I also know that the electronics market is in Borali in Pune. So I have a suggestion for her which I will put to her, and this is how I do it. Hello Asta. I see that you have your electronic shop. You are doing good business, is it? Are you doing good business? I know that's not the right question to ask you, but I've seen you a little bereft. I'm a little worried for you.
Yeah, I'm not able to get more and more dealers. I don't know why. I am trying to sell my products. I am trying to make other customers pursue that this is the place where you can buy my products.
But you know what I think, Asta, and I'm being very honest with you, because I need you to understand what I'm saying and the spirit in which I'm saying it. I know that you are dealing in electronics, but this is a cloth mall. And I think you're in the wrong place. I think so.
But what about the customers that I track, or the people who are here? They already got to know me that I'm selling the electronics here.
Correct. But supposing you go to a shop, to a mall, to an avenue which has a lot of electronic shops, don't you think that will be better for your location and shop?
Might be. I am not so sure, because mostly people come for window shopping. They don't actually buy the products.
But there they will buy your products. So do you think it's a good idea? Supposing I put this to you. I'll look out for a shop for you in the electronics market. I'll buy the shop for you on the condition that you give this shop to me. Because I am in the process of expanding my business and I need your shop.
Are you sure I would be getting profits there?
You go and have a look at it. Take a month to decide, okay? And at the end of the month, let's meet again, and I will put down my plan and tell you exactly how we will go about the negotiation. What do you think?
Sure, that's better.
Okay, so you take a month, and after a month we'll meet and we'll negotiate on the shop.
Sure.
Thank you. And now, we are going to have a Q&A session with the audience. Please feel free to ask Asta or me any question that you might feel we did wrongly or we did right also. I throw the discussion open to the house. Are there any takers? Three. Okay, can I give it to Shirish first?
Yes, you asked her quite openly that you wanted a shop, and obviously she knows that you require the space next to her shop, to your shop.
Yes.
So would the price have gone up?
Certainly, I have in this negotiation I have factored in a lot. I've calculated the margin that I'll get, in increasing my inventory, by having additional space, and I think my margin is covered. So I've offered her a generous deal because I'm looking at it long term. You know, I'm not looking at it for the next year. I'm looking at it for my grandchildren also. So that's why I offered her a generous deal so that I can preach. Dagapan, go ahead.
Question for you. And what products you sell? Do you think the problem of customers not buying the product is it because of the location or because the products which you are selling may not be needed by the customer? What products do you sell?
I basically sell all the electronic products from mobile phones and kind of mixers. So all electronic products basically.
Do you have the latest products?
Yeah, I do have all the latest products.
Okay, one more question. After that, I'll take all the questions offline. Come.
Sir, it was an elevator pitch. The first pitch to a customer, right? She's a customer.
She's a co-owner of a shop.
I know.
And we are conducting a
It's a customer
negotiation.
for you. You are actually pitching her.
Yes.
So I want you to put to get some data, to get some more demo, so that she can be convinced for the very first attempt. I mean, with the location map or something, the profits of that location, something at the very beginning, so that she will get a better picture at the very first attempt.
Thanks a lot. That suggestion was excellent. I take it on board when I meet her the second time. Thank you. That's all. Folks, thank you very much.